And then Calvin talks about, you know, um, this is what you have to deal with when you bring a Filipino to the United States, and you should question, if you want to bring her to that. I mean, it's no hands down. If you can take a Filipina to the United States, you know, I think it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing to show her how it is in your country. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you got to have safety rails up so that it doesn't go off the rails somehow. Her meeting other Filipinas and them telling her, what she can do or the options what she has. So yeah, it's like buyer beware. You know what I'm saying? So, but why would you deny someone from seeing your country coming from a third world country? I mean, it should be something. It's just like with my wife. With Mia. I would love to bring her to the United States. I would love for her to see. A different part of the world. And it's up to her. It's not going to be. Are you going to come back with me or not? No. I'm doing this knowing that we're going to be together no matter what. I have a friend who took his daughter to the United States. She's a young teenager, and I spoke to her. She said, "Is your daughter coming?" She said, "No, my daughter's never coming back to the Philippines," and that's okay. That's okay. Anyone young in this stage of social media or whatever it is, once they get to the other side, get to the world, they're not going to want to come back to the Philippines. They're not. It's just that simple. But taking a wife over there, I mean, yeah, you have to be careful. You have to really, be strong, to know that, hey, whatever happens, happens, and saying, I wouldn't lose sleep at night worrying about, how beautiful my Filipina is and how other men want her. I mean, come on, man. You know, I mean, you know, it's Louisville, Kentucky, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't help but to laugh at him. That Calvin, and you were there for what, for 3 years? In 3 years, this still bothers you? Come on, man. You know, beautiful women are beautiful women all over the place. But if there's some solace, I'll tell you this. You show me a beautiful woman, the most beautiful woman in the world, and I will show you a guy who's tired of having sex with her. It's so funny because he says, Calvin says, I will never bring another Filipina to the United States because it's just too stressful. Is having a beautiful woman too stressful for you, brother? I mean, like, it's funny, if it wasn't so sad. Because, it's they have a song that what it says that if you want to be happy for the rest of your life, find the ugly woman and make her your wife. Is that what you want to do, Calvin? I mean, yeah, sure you find a 36, 26, 36, or whatever it is, whatever the measurements are, which indicates that, I guess she's nice. You didn't say anything about the mug, but I mean, you sort after, I do agree with you when you say that as far as, meeting someone online and marrying them. I mean, that's totally, I'm totally against that, although it has worked from time to time, but it's not something that I would recommend to do. But it's finding someone. He didn't say how he met the woman who he took over the Philippines. So I don't know if he met her online, and then he ultimately married her and took her to the Philippines. Which is something that I like to know. But then took her to the United States. But then he's right. He says a lot of cats catch one of these fish and then want to come home and say, look what I caught. You know what I'm saying? And it's our ego. It's our ego who want to show off something that what we were able to catch when you didn't actually. I guess you can say you catch. Because being a foreigner, they actually caught you. You know what I'm saying? So again. I do agree that they're trying to, find some. You got to understand something when you come to the Philippines, and you meet a Filipina, like this. There's no time, to truly fall in love with her. It's not something that's in their culture to fall in love with you. You know what I'm saying? They very seldom even say they love each other. Filipinos don't show much emotion toward one another. I know this because I see the reaction of when I tell them I love them, I see the reaction of when I hug them or hold them. A lot of them, a lot of girls, or children need that personal touch. So coming here to the Philippines and looking for love is not something that you should do. You should come to the Philippines to find a partner, to find a companion, to find someone that fits. Find one that you'll never grow tired of it. Sure, you can teach it or groom it or mold it into whatever it is that you want to be, and possibly turn it into something that you truly love, and I'm sure you will. But to come into the Philippines looking for love, it's not there's no such animal. There's no such animal. You have to come and find someone, and hopefully through time, you grow together the way you create that strong enough bond that's impenetrable. You understand what I'm saying? You have to, have that security of knowing that she is mine, and she has the security knowing that you are hers. Now, once you have that security, that is love. You see, that's the type of love that they understand. That is the type of love that they live for. And that is the type of love that you too, as a foreigner, want when you come to the Philippines meeting a Filipina. I have a friend who just recently passed away. His name is Ed. Let's see if I can find a picture of him. And I want to say this, that he had a partner. To my understanding, allegedly he had a partner for quite a few years. He would stay here 6 months, go back to the United States 6 months, and like this. And and he wasn't well. What was wrong with him? I could not tell you. But what happened was that he passed away suddenly. Well, suddenly or whatever is expected. That's still up in the air. But he passed away last week, and he never gave her any of the codes allegedly to his bank accounts or to his banking information. He never gave her anything. In spite of taking care of her for all these years, and now she was left without anything, not knowing what to do or how to do it or whatever, and no one was able to, to do much from what he left, contacting his family wasn't something that was in the stars, and it was some of his friends who paid for him to be cremated, because there was no memorial service for what I understood, nothing, because he was a foreigner, who enjoyed the Philippines and enjoyed what the Philippines had to offer. But I guess he didn't feel comfortable enough or trust her enough to be able to give her the most information of what she needs in case something happens. But that's something to think about as a foreigner. You know, not only what's going to happen to you, but what's going to happen to the person who you're with now. Are you making provisions in case something happens, a bike accident or whatever, that she's able to sustain at least for a little while until she's able to get on her feet. Okay, so this is Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the elderly, always pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one to see a vision. And the best revenge in life is to live good. I'm living good today. I hope you are too. I hope you don't mind my critiquing Calvin Sunshine Shoulders this way. But hey, if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Hollywood's former leader, singer of the Temptation One song, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make him feel like a king. And never say no. And for all you Filipinas, find a time somewhere, hey, to sit down and ask your partner if you've been together for a while, or if he's the one, or if you think she's the one. Don't be modest and say, look, if something happens, what happens to me? Because after all, you are giving him, the best times of his life. I'll talk to you later. Peace.